1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Hey guys, and welcome to the latest comic book finds volume. And it's been a while, about 2 months. Now, all these issues, I think I got 14 comics, came from Corey's shop, the Cult Shop, in our local town. He's pretty much opened it up and had some nice issues. And there's actually a first appearance here and something Eddie might get a little kick out of. So I picked it up just for that. And before I show the comics, I did pick up two nice magazines at a local flea market, community flea market that they was having. And this nice lady, really friendly, really nice, sold me these magazines for 50 cents. And one of them is The Wizard of Oz magazine. I think it says 75 years of The Wizard of Oz. And this come out in 2013, close to Christmas. It has some nice stories about it. I went ahead and picked it up. I was like, yeah, this is nice. And the sad fact about magazines now they are insanely crazy expensive. This one itself back in 2013 was $13. So it's crazy. It's really insane what the prices they want for magazines. Now the next one is comic book related. So you'll like this one. This one come out in 2016, and I actually looked down at the display date, and it was my birthday, June 25th. Display until June 25th, and it's Captain America Civil War. This came out in 2016, and this is the one I really wanted the most. And I always think about Civil War as one of those. You know, it wasn't as good as Winter Soldier. I don't think. That's just my opinion. I like Winter Soldier better, but I remember going to this movie, and it was really a hard time at the time going on with me, and I keep my personal stuff there. And this was a nice movie to take in with Eddie and the A-Team, and this is one of the reasons I picked it up. I like the cover, and like I said, for 50 cents, pick it up. So let's get on to the comics. And like I said, I picked up 14 issues off Corey's shop, and one of these issues has a little tear, and I'm gonna have to upgrade it, but I just picked it up as a copy to have in the collection until I can get upgraded at a con. So we'll see. Anyhow, I picked up Legion of Superheroes 276, which is a fill-in issue I need in my run of Legion of Superheroes. This is when the title they first got their own monthly title. It had been Superboy in the Legion until 259, and this is when I need it in my run. I picked up Green Lantern 135 with Dr. Polaris versus Green Lantern, and I always liked him facing good villains, and I picked this one up just for that. I thought this was a pretty cool cover. Corey was really good on his comics, and I'm gonna say that about it. I mean, he could have went insane prices for the 80s issues. I've seen some shops now started pricing insane crazy, so good on Corey not to do that. I picked up Green Lantern number 190 with John Stewart as Green Lantern at the time, and this is him versus Predator. And I actually like the back cover of this. Yeah, there's the classic Superpowers collection of toys. We all remember those. Sadly I had a few of them, and I got rid of them as a kid. I don't have them. I had Superman, and I've actually went back and I've gotten a few of the Superpower figures like Penguin and Green Arrow. I'd like to get Batman and Robin and Joker, but those figures are really pricey. I don't really want the whole run. I would just want Batman, Robin, and Joker. to pair it with Penguin. You know, I would like those pet figures like that. I picked up Green Lantern, Green Arrow '97, which this was back when this was a team up title. That lasted about, I think, all through the late end of the '70s. And at one time, it's got to be truthful to be told here, Green Lantern was having trouble selling. Green Lantern title was having trouble selling, and Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams, may they both rest in peace, came on and rebooted the title. They basically fixed that title, and they gave it more of a, you know, I know a lot of people hate this, you know, but comics have always been a social commentary on things, and a social views and justice going on in our society. And Green Arrow installed that in Green Lantern. He actually made him question things for the first time, and that run really was the hard traveling heroes run. And I have some of the issues. There's like one big key, and I could have had with that John Stewart's first appearance, and I kicked myself. But I have some of the issues in that run, and my goal is one day to actually complete it and complete the whole run overall. But those early issues, you know, showed them facing the social issues of the day then. You can pull up some of the panels. There's an issue where Green Arrow questions about Bobby Kennedy's death with Martin Luther King. You know, their deaths. It's a really nice panel. You know, it's like... But moving on from DC, I picked up Iron Man 155, which is a reader copy until I can get, you know... I went ahead and got this to be a placeholder in my collection of Iron Man. I'm trying to get all the classic Marvel books in the 70s and 80s. I know it's a big feat to try, but I've got a majority of the Fantastic Four on my shelf. I got a majority of the Captain America, and I got a majority of Hulk. I've done a very good job of doing that before prices have went crazy, and we're actually getting further and further away from these periods. You know, this book right here is close to almost 50 years. You know, this is in the late 70s, early 80s. I say this early 80s. This book is getting close to 40 years old now, and you're going to see it probably reflected. You're going to see people start trying to price them up to match the times. I got Iron Man number 158. I love that cover, and this is I've nullified your armor, and at the rate the water's rising, within minutes you'll be dead. You know, Tony Stark getting ready to get drowned in water. I got Iron Man number 196. Neither of these two Jokers is the real Iron Man. I am. Yeah, this is it. This is nice. Yeah, this is during when Iron Man, you know, Tony Stark was going through his drinking phase, and he was getting over being an alcoholic. He had lost his company to Obed Stane. And to come back, he pretty much, you know, this was during the Demon in the Bottle. It was a sequel to Demon in the Bottle. That whole arc where Jim Rhodes became Iron Man the first time, and Tony was battling back from it. I got issue number 199 with a nice 65-cent cover, and I actually think this might be an alternate. You know, this might be well, maybe it's just my imagination. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is a nice little cover. I like Iron Man coming right into our view, smashing through the windshield. You know, this poor Crooks is like looking like, oh. I got Iron Man number 215 with this is actually the prologue starting. This begins the next arc of the next big storyline in Tony Stark's life. It's Armor Wars, and Armor Wars was basically people were using Tony Stark's technology, and he was out to stop it because they was going to hurt people with building his technology. And this has Jim Rhodes and Tony Stark as Iron Man, both of them in this one. And I always loved the silver and red. I always thought that was kind of cool. It was a costume. As the Iron Man armor. I got Iron Man number 242 with the Mandarin. He has a fight with the Mandarin. And it's pretty nice. like I said, I like his rogues. I like him facing rogues. Now, here's a key one. Tony Stark and Captain America have had an on-off relationship where they get along and they don't in the Marvel Universe. There's issues where Steve Rogers will give Tony Stark hell. I mean, there's issues where Tony Stark basically didn't help didn't help Steve Rogers out, and pretty much led to his assassination by accident back when he hunted him down over the Registration Act, which Civil War. But the relationship here was Iron Man 228, and this one was a unique one where during Armor Wars he collides with Steve Rogers and tells him he has, he's like, I have, stand out of my way. If you're my friend, you have to stand out of my way, because he's showing up and destroying facilities, that has his armor. And this was kind of unique. This was the captain at the time. This was when Steve Rogers had become the captain. He had lost his title, Captain America title, to Johnny Walker, who became U.S. agent on that. Another key one I got is Iron Man 233 with a team up with Ant-Man. This was a nice little unique book. And when you think of Ant-Man, you think of Paul Rudd, and they're getting ready to do Ant-Man 3 with Kang. So that's kind of cool. But this one actually has Stark and Ant-Man, Scott Lang team up, and it's actually got the first appearance of Kathy Dare. And I didn't know this until I picked it up and started doing research. It's got the first appearance of Kathy Dare, who was a sub-character for a couple years in Iron Man's life and basically shot him. This was her first appearance. Now, Eddie, you will like this one. This is the first and only appearance of this character. I thought this was funny as hell, and I had to pick it up. I saw it there, and I like funny titles, and this is Captain America and the Zoo Crew _7. And this one is Balzar the Barbarian. This is the Barkbarian. And this is a rip on Conan and Khazar. This is kind of cool. Eddie, I thought you would like that. I thought that was a nice little nod, because you're a big Conan fan. And finally, the first appearance that Shock McCoy had. And it's not really a big valuable first appearance, but if you like the characters that appeared in the Suicide Squad by James Gunn, you'll remember this character. It is Green Lantern number 172. It's the first appearance of the Javelin. If you don't remember, the Javelin pretty much bites the dust pretty quick. And I love the Suicide Squad. I love both movies, actually. I know Eddie don't like the first one, but I actually like both of them. And I like the soundtrack to the first one. The first one had a very good soundtrack. And both movies are good. It's just the second one come out during the pandemic. And DC had to release it. And they put it out on use it during what's it called? If they had held off, it probably would have done better in the next year. But they put it out during that. But they've already said Gunn is, looking to come back for a third film or a second Suicide Squad, and he's doing Peacemaker. It's really good. It's good to see that going on. But this is Javelin's first appearance, and if you want to get a good lame DC character's villain's first appearance, it's pretty affordable, and yeah, not bad for $1. But that's it. That's my latest comic book finds volume. Hope you enjoyed it. Nothing groundbreaking except for Javelin. But hey, it's pretty nice. And I'm going to go ahead and go read me some Wizard of Oz, buddy. Some Wizard of Oz.